Welcome to 27 Topics. Our guest at this time is Terry Enlow, Superintendent of the Southwest Schools. Welcome.
Thank you. Good to be here.
It's really great to have you here on the program today. School has just started. How did registration go?
As kind of normal, no really great surprises at this point in time. I think we anticipate that enrollment will be pretty close to the same. You know, our actual count day is not until September 15th for state tuition support, but we're not anticipating a spike or a great decrease. Right now we are in kind of a bubble. We have our lower numbers, lower grades numbers are not increasing, but our kids moving from those grades into our high school and middle school are causing a bubble in terms of we need more instructional people at that area. So that's a kind of an enrollment issue for us, but it's not one of great increase.
Do you know that pretty well at the end of the school year, or do you kind of wait until registration?
Well, certainly for some things we wait until registration. Kindergarten, some of those class sizes in the elementary school, whether we split a class, hire additional staff, we usually wait till those kids actually show up and school starts before we fill those positions.
Teachers, any retirements and new teachers?
Yes, we had 2 retirements last year, and we had a long-time teacher leave our school district for another school district. So we have 4 new teachers this year, and met with them early on, and they seem to be. We think we got some good people.
Very good. What new programs are you initiating, if any, this year?
Well, at our elementary school level, really district-wide, we are doing a student success program, which really is a mastery learning type model, more assessing the students as they move through coursework or lessons, and then assessing how well they're doing in terms of have they mastered it. If they haven't, then there's a reteaching, a retesting. That goes along, as I said, with a student success program, which is driven by our what we're calling our district improvement plan. We're trying to improve some things instructionally in the district, and this is one of the models we're using. That's one of our new programs corporation-wide. I'll just start from the high school down. At the high school this year, we will be having what's called one-on-one technology for English language arts. That means every student in high school English will have an hour a day. High school 9th and 10th grade English will have an hour a day with technology, whether it's writing, whatever the case may be. They will have technology at their disposal 1 hour per day each day. That's one of the main programs we have at the high school. At the middle school, we are adding a program called Gateway. Gateway is the entry level at the middle school to Project Lead the Way. Project Lead the Way is a pre-engineering program that we've had at the high school for a few years. We have Introduction to Engineering, Principles of Engineering, computer design, computer-aided design. So this Gateway is a program for middle schoolers to get into that pre-engineering. It's kind of connecting the practical world to the academic world in terms of school.
Anything else in that department of new programs?
We're technology is just something we're adding every year. Last year we went to a lot of online grading. In other words, parents could get online and get all their students' activities, even down to what they had for lunch. We're just continuing that, and there's just no end to what technology, how it affects education today. We're looking at what's called a student response system that would be an improvement in our enhancement in our instructional process, where students actually have a remote that they respond to, teacher questions on a smart board or something that will allow us to, more engaged kids in the process. Today with students, with all the hands-on things they have with videos and such, you you really have to capture their attention and capture their participation. And so we're looking forward to incorporating that, probably not throughout our corporation this year, but in selected classrooms.
In the legislature last year and this past session, there was a lot about kindergarten, all day versus half day, and that how is Southwest gearing up?
Well, we are not going to participate in what the state is calling full day kindergarten grant. The reason for that is just simply the lack of funding at this point in time. We would anticipated our funding, based on what the state had told us, at $665 per child, would have yielded some $65,000 for us. The cost was probably going to be closer to $175,000, and we have some other more pressing issues financially than that. We have for the last 2 years, and will continue this year, to offer an extended day program. It's not full day. The difference is full day, the same group of kids would stay with the same teacher all day long. Our extended day, the kindergarten teacher has them a half a day, and then we have another teacher that extends that day. Now that may sound like it costs the same money, but it does not. So, and then the second reason probably was that it was such a late call from when I think somewhere in late June was before we would know how much we were going to get. So we didn't think we were ready instructionally either. We didn't want a full day of kindergarten being 2 half days put together. So we kind of have to prepare for that. So to answer your question, we are not going to participate in the full day kindergarten program for the state. We're going to wait and see
how the funding
That's right.
comes down.
Exactly.
And probably the budget, your budget was already published before this.
No, it was not.
Oh, it was not.
No, we had a little leeway there, but still, the idea that full day kindergarten is being fully funded by the state of Indiana is just not true. It's not there. It's not happening. It'll get a little better next year, but it's just a kind of a Band-Aid right now.
School lunch program, anything new there? Increase in prices, or?
We did increase our prices slightly this year. We did not want to do that, but however, due to the increased price of food, our cost of goods has just gone up. So we have to, the lunch program is freestanding. It supports itself. Tax dollars do not go to that, so we have to raise prices accordingly.
We're in August, school just started, and we have foggy days in August early in the morning, and of course the fall weather and the winter's around the corner. How are we prepared for school closings this year?
Well, I think as well as we are each year, we look at those things very diligently. The fog is probably one of the most unpredictable ones you deal with, because not very often do you get the evening before a forecast that you're going to have a dense fog. Mm-hmm. So that's one we sometimes catches us by surprise, but we have a plan for 2-hour delays. We do not do 1-hour delays, but we do 2-hour delays, and in case of fog, we would use those. We used them quite successfully last year, I think, in a couple of I'll call them snow days, where the roads cleared and things got better and we could go in. It kind of gets the traffic out of our way, gets us out of the way of the traffic, and allows us to get that school day in.
Of course, with the weather comes the school busing. Did you have to add any extra buses or things this year?
We have not to this point. Now that's kind of, again, one of those last minute things. We may have to adjust our route. We have had some increased numbers inside the city of Huntingburg that have maybe created some problems for us. We do some dual routing. We bring some kids in, drop them off, and go back out and pick up some kids closer to the buildings on a second run. We'll after everything gets settled and we see who's who and where's where, we'll make adjustments on that.
Of course, just next month is ISTEP.
Yeah, that's always something we prepare for. We start from we just completed our summer jump start, we'll call it. remediation, however you want to tag that. And that we had a week of that, we had 4 weeks of that right before school started, had a week off, and then we're back into school. And teachers have already started the process of preparing those kids for ISTEP. It's a major piece of accountability for us now, so, and we take it very seriously.
Do you have any problems? I know, in Southwest there is, a lot of students from other nationalities and things coming into the school system. How does that affect your school?
Well, it's a real challenge for us and challenge for those students. A lot of them come to us without speaking any English. Last year we had quite a spike in our kindergarten students. About 30% of our new kindergarten students last year were not English speaking. So that created a real challenge for us, and we had to add some additional personnel. And if that continues, we'll probably have to add some additional programming to meet that challenge.
Have you done anything to your facilities throughout the summer?
Just general maintenance. We really haven't had any great building projects. You can spend $1 million just with paint and cleanup anymore, it seems like. But we've just done the general maintenance this summer on our buildings.
I tell you what, we have just a minute or so left. How about some closing comments?
Well, certainly every year we get into the school year, it's a challenge. It's a challenge for us to get parents involved. We need more parents that are helping us. I mean, this is certainly, the old adage about takes a village certainly does anymore when it comes to ISTEP tests. That's important that the parents get those kids to bed, get them fed in the mornings, get them prepared to take a test and to take a very high stakes test. We don't have do-overs on this. It's something that we have to take seriously and do right the first time. So we're always looking for parental involvement. We have started a program, myself and the corporation school board, we call it CARE, a Community Academy to Reform Education, where we meet bi-monthly. We ask people to come in and tell us what we can do to get better. There's a lot of emphasis today on property taxes and those kind of things. We want the constituents of Southwest Dubois to tell us what we can do to better serve that community, the children of that community, and certainly the taxpayers. So I would encourage people to call our office and ask how they can participate. We'll be glad to put them on our list and notify them of those meetings. We had our last one just a couple of weeks ago, so we'll be having another one in September. I don't know the exact date right now, but we certainly would we want our community involved in our education. It's a big ticket for them, and we want them to have their say.
Well, I know you had a meeting, concerning involvement, what parents want from their students and from the school administration.
Yeah.
Was very good.
Yeah, we've had two, and we'll continue those on a bi-monthly basis. And it's just anything that you want to know about Southwest Dubois Schools, but was afraid to ask. You're welcome to come to those meetings, and we, as I said earlier, we need the community's input.
Terry, thank you for being our guest on 27 Topics, and have a great school year.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Welcome back to 27 Topics. At this time, our guest is Bob Johnson, Superintendent of Southeast School Corporation here in Dubois County. Welcome.
Thank you, Paul.
Tell us a little bit about how registration went.
Registration has gone very well. We've done that a little bit differently in some of our schools. In the past, we've had a particular day or evening when parents would come in, and some of our schools this year, especially Ferdinand Elementary, is doing it a lot different. They're opening for registration every day, so parents can come in during the week and register their children for school.
Any new staff changes this year?
We have several, Paul. We had an outstanding group of people who retired this last year, and it's very difficult to lose the years of service and the value of those people. But we have hired a very nice group of young people who are going to attempt to replace those, and we're very excited about it. One of the legacies, I think, of anyone in education is hiring people that will carry on the education of our youth, and we're happy with this. At Cedar Crest Intermediate School, Heather Sitzman is a new teacher, and she will be a teacher of special needs students at that school. At Forest Park, we have several new people. David Fromey is going to be our new industrial arts teacher. He'll be teaching Project Lead the Way classes. Aaron Sickbert is going to be teaching junior high science classes. Molly Cummings is going to be teaching English at the junior high level. Brady Gunselman will be teaching social studies in the high school. And Perry Nash will be our new health and physical education teacher at the high school. And then at Ferdinand Elementary, our new kindergarten teacher is Sarah Beck. And at Pine Ridge Elementary, Brooke Ware will be a new teacher for us. Andrea Longaball will be a new teacher for us. And Andrea Galehausen will be our new kindergarten teacher.
So you have a bunch of new and young teachers there.
Several of new teachers, and as I said, we're very excited about it. We're excited for them, and as I have spoken with them, as they've been in my office this summer, they're very excited about this new opportunity.
Well, good, and I'm sure they have some new ideas.
And that's a really good thing. We have a selection of folks here that we've hired, some who graduated from our school corporation, some from out of the area. So that's a really good mix. And all of them coming in with new ideas, and they're very energetic, and they'll do a great job with our students.
What are some of the new programs that you're initiating this year?
We have some new technology programs, especially, Paul, that we're doing this year. We have instituted a new accelerated reading program. It's called Renaissance Place, and that will be for K through 12. The accelerated reading program is not something that is new in and of itself, but we had this program for our elementary schools, and now it will be all the way through the 12th grade. And it's a program that promotes reading. And of course, that's a backbone of education, is having students to read and be prolific readers. And with this program, the students will read text, books of their own interest, and they will online, it's a web-based program, online, they will take a test to determine their comprehension, and they can earn points depending upon the length of the book and the challenge of that book. And we also have a rewards program that each of the schools will do, and they do differently. Last year, our students at the elementaries were rewarded by being named Ranger readers and being recognized at the beginning of some of our varsity home basketball games. And that was a really nice thing for the students and for our fans and the parents, of course,
yes.
As well as the basketball team. The basketball team really took ownership of that. Also at Cedar Crest Intermediate, we have a new music program. It's a Yamaha music program, which we have 30 keyboards, and students can learn music. They use the keyboards and CDs that accompany those and learn music in that manner. And much of the research that we have done suggests that students will become better learners if they learn music. And so we're hoping that this will really help our students as well.
I want to come in and listen to the concert at the end of the year, not at the start of the year.
That will be interesting, and I'll be sure and share that with our music teachers, telling that we'll have at least one guest to see that. Another program that we have started this year, and this will have at least one classroom set of this in every one of our buildings, but it's called e-instruction. And the e-instruction is a technology that permits students to be interactive in the classroom. If the teacher is asking a question and they have in all of our elementary schools. Let me start there. In all of our elementary schools, we have mounted projectors in the ceiling, and those projectors you can use it as we would the old overhead projectors. We can use it to access programs that are on the History Channel or some other program that's on television. And we can also have films or CDs that we can show. Well, let's say the teacher is going to use a review session for one of her classes or one of his classes, and they can project those on that screen, and the students, by using this e-instruction tool, which is actually a clicker, all of them can try to answer the question. It takes out of play the embarrassment if the teacher calls on one child and that child doesn't know. So all of them have an opportunity to answer. We tried this in a test run last year, and it was very, very successful. So we're very pleased with that program, that we're going to have at least one classroom set in every one of our buildings. We have also decided to participate, Paul, in what is called the Indiana Access Grant. And this grant permits technology, wider use of technology in English classrooms. And so in the high school, we have 2 of our 4 English classrooms that will have furniture that will facilitate a computer being mounted underneath the desk and then have a glass screen on top. And so every one of the students in those classes will have a computer at their desk. And this will really help facilitate in the writing process that we do at the high school level. So we're happy with that. So those are some of the programs that we have going on, especially technology-based.
You have a lot of exciting new programs.
A lot of new programs, and we're anxious to see how these work. We believe from the research that we've done that they'll be highly successful.
They sound exciting, and the reading program they can actually tap into at home, or not?
Well, they take the test at school.
Okay.
And that's the only thing that they're doing online, is taking the test over the material they've read. But I believe it was 12,000 selections that we have a test for on this web-based program. So there's several options for students to select information from grade K through 12 that would be of interest.
Well, that was great. And also now kindergarten. You talked to kindergarten. You have kindergarten.
Yes. This last school year, we started what we called an extended day kindergarten program. We have our regular half-day program, and then with for parents who wanted to help pay and support that program, we offered a half day, another half day. And this year, we are going to participate in the full-day kindergarten program. We're going to participate in the state grant. Now, of course, as probably all of our viewers know, and you realize, Paul, the state grant will not cover the full cost of kindergarten this year or next year. We're hoping in the next biennium that will be covered by legislative funding. But we're still going to have to ask for parents to contribute to that program. And we'll have to wait until the final state support is determined, and that's determined by the number of kindergarten students throughout the state who are going to be in the full-day kindergarten program. But right now, our parents would be asked to support that at the tune of $8 per day. If the parent qualifies or student qualifies for reduced lunch program, it's $3 a day. And if they qualify for free lunch, then the program is free for those folks.
Oh, that is very nice. Then you also have a preschool program. We
do, and this is another program that we started last year, and we're going to continue. We had, I think, really good success with that. And this is, we already have in place and have had for years a special education preschool program, and that's for students who have special needs. And this program that we're talking about now is a regular education preschool program as well. And there are some students who are mature enough that at age 4 They can come to this program, and it serves, I think, a real need or niche for parents, especially if both parents are working. But this program runs a half-day program. At Ferdinand Elementary, we have 2 sessions. We have a morning and an afternoon. At Pine Ridge Elementary, there's only a morning session. That's the number of students we have. So we base the programs on the need that we have.
As far as any other construction or improvements with even sports facilities, you're going to be having football. Well, you have football.
We have football. Well, let me talk a little bit about some of the upgrades. Okay. We have just completed re-roofing a portion of the Pine Ridge Elementary School, a section of that building that was not added onto. And we've got 2 more sections that we will do in the next 2 years. But that roofing program has been completed. We're in the process of working on Forest Park Junior Senior High. That building is constructed in such a way that there are several sections of roof that are divided, and we'll do a few of those each year as the budget will permit. So that construction will be ongoing and still be going on a little bit until the school year. But it's in an area that should be have very little disruption of the educational process. We also have some construction going on at the Cedar Crest site, not with the school, and that's sports primarily. Due to the fact that we have little space in and around Forest Park Junior Senior High. Yes. We're landlocked. And we are having, we do have football. This will be our 2nd year. And next fall, we will actually start varsity football. This year it will be JV football again. But due to that fact, we will be moving our football games and complex to the area around the track. And soccer will be moved to the Cedar Crest site. And as a part of our agreement with the supporters of football, the football boosters are building a soccer field for us. And we also have an area for girls softball. In the past, we've played our softball games on Ferdinand Park Department property. We don't have a softball field of our own. And so much of that project is also being done by supporters of softball. So it's really helping us that the corporation is not having to put a tremendous amount of money into that project, either one of the 2 projects. But we're going to have an outstanding facility for soccer, and we're going to have an outstanding facility for girls softball.
Superintendent Bob Johnson, have a successful school year, and thanks for being our guest.
If you or someone you know has a talent to showcase or an event to promote on 27 Topics, please contact this station